Actually, a neighbor reported it. Came in about 5:50 last night, and fortunately, it was right at our fire department shift change. So that was one good thing about the timing of it, because we had a lot of extra people on duty that were coming on shift at 6 o'clock. So normally we have 3 people on an engine. A couple engines we have 4 and 5 people on. So we had some extra manpower, which helped a lot. And another thing that helped is the first-in engine company was clearing from another call in that general area of the fire, so they really had a quick response time, and that was a big factor in catching the fire early before it spread into the attic and spread to other parts of the house. So those were 2 fortunate, I guess, factors, if you could say, if anything's fortunate about a fire. But
so what did you find when you got there?
Well, the first-in crew found heavy smoke showing from all 4 sides on the roof. It was a split-level, 2-story, single-family house, and on their 360 walk-around, they saw some pretty heavy fire in the kitchen area through the rear of the structure, and they were able to pull a line and gain entry through one of the rear sliders and get a pretty quick knockdown of the bulk of the fire. And then, of course, when other crews got there, they did their part, established a water supply from a hydrant, and the next in crew went interior to form what we call a primary search. So they search either a right or left-hand search pattern and go through the whole structure and make sure that nobody's home. Unfortunately, the house was unoccupied, and the tenants had just left about an hour before that. So we confirmed nobody was in the house, and the crews, like I said, they had a real quick response time and were able to get a quick knockdown on it, and actually caught it before it extended up through. This actually started near the stove in the kitchen, and a lot of times they can spread up through the vent system into the attic, but fortunately they were able to stop that before it happened. So,
fantastic. So how many trucks and how many personnel responded?
We had 4 engine companies and 1 ladder truck company, a battalion chief, and a safety officer that initially responded. Just due to the fact, mostly because it was during that shift change, we had a lot of people hanging out at the station. So that was pretty fortunate. Right. Well, a total of about 18 firefighters and a battalion chief and a safety officer were initially on scene, which helps a lot. I mean, that takes a lot of people a lot of working pieces to a structure fire. So the more people we can have, the better outcome. Now,
were any of the firefighters injured at all?
No injuries to any firefighters at all, which is
so any estimate on how extensively the home was damaged? Is it livable, or are they going to have to stay someplace else for a while?
It's not livable at this time. Of course, the fire is still under investigation, and once our fire investigator was through last night, we let the occupants in, and they were able to grab some of their personal belongings. And most of the extensive damage was confined to the kitchen area, most of the fire damage, although there was some heavy smoke damage throughout the second floor. And they'll definitely have to get a restoration company in there and some electrician and things like that just to do some restoration. It'll be a few weeks to a month before they're probably back in there living again. Unfortunately, they have friends and family in Missoula here that they can stay with.
Derek, did you happen to know did they own the home, or was it a rental?
Well, I believe they own the home. That was my interpretation of what I got when I was talking to the occupants when they arrived back home. So, and I could give you an estimate. I think we were looking at about $50,000 in property damage, and luckily, we saved most, if not all, of their personal belongings. They'll have to wash some of their clothes and things like that from the smoke damage, but other than that, all their personal belongings looked in pretty good shape.